Hey, what's up everybody? This is Osterberg501 and today I want to go over all the new information we got from the newest war table for Marvel's Avengers. First off, because of the death of Chadwick Boseman, they said they altered some of the content that would be in this war table, and they also showed a Black Panther symbol. Most people are thinking that they were going to show something dealing with Black Panther and most likely Wakanda. I'm not sure if they were just going to announce Black Panther. This war table did seem to be a bit shorter than the other ones, if I'm not mistaken. My thoughts with that is that they were probably also going to show at least something with Wakanda and maybe tease at Black Panther or just fully reveal him. The information they went over is just stuff that's already in the full release game at launch. Since the game's only in early access, so a lot of people haven't gotten the deluxe version to play yet, and a lot of people are in an endgame. Most people are in an endgame. I'm just going to go through the list of the stuff they talked about. A lot of it is self-explanatory and doesn't really need much analysis. So first, daily and weekly missions and content resets. And I think what they're talking about more specifically with this is they even showed it on the live stream that when you're end game in the Avengers initiative portion of the game, there will be missions that are cycling in and out. So maybe this specific mission will be here right now, and maybe next day there'll be a different one. There's certain higher end missions that are based on weekly rotations that can only be done at certain times during the week. One of the more end game missions that will go down later in this video is only available on weekends. Content is constantly rotating. Then we have 2 factions at launch with 8 daily missions per faction. And then there's also a mission that I don't remember if it's daily or weekly, but there's a mission for a villain sector to go kill a boss of a specific villain sector. For me, it was to go kill the Abomination, but it was a much higher power level mission. It wasn't like the campaign mission Abomination that you could go and fight in the beta. There are gear vendors that rotate items every hour. These are actual in-game power items that you buy, and most of these are bought. All the ones I saw were bought resources, so the things you get from scrapping items, things you get from breaking crates on the world, killing enemies can drop them, all the random resources. It seems higher tier runs start to ask for more specific resources, so if you find a certain item, gloves or something for Iron Man, maybe it'll take one of the more specific higher end resources to buy it if, say, you're trying to buy an epic one. And that's really nice that they rotate every hour. It means, say you go do a long mission or 2 missions, you can come back and check and there's new stuff on the gear vendor. Not certain if these will be able to roll exotics, which I haven't seen anybody even really get yet in the game. I know they can have legendaries because we've seen some pictures with them holding legendaries. This will be another way to help gear up your character. The power cap, they said, is 150 at launch. I'm wondering if this is going to double when the raid comes out. They've said in the past is a couple weeks after launch. In one of the achievements for the game, an updated one or one of the old ones, there was level cap of 300, and that's a power level cap, not your actual character level. It is 150 at launch, and I'm wondering how quickly that's actually going to increase. There's going to be 2 different types of events, seasonal and weekly. They give limited time cosmetics and gear. I'm not certain how they're going to do this, so I think the weekly ones are going to be random events that they do. I'm not certain if they're meaning this is going to be every week or if every once in a while they're going to have a weekly event, and they kind of already talked about an event that seems to be one of these weekly events. The cosmetics make sense. Timed cosmetics have been just in tons of games. Pretty much every game with a battle pass, a normal battle pass outside of this game, are timed skins and timed cosmetics because you only have a certain amount of time, a few months to get all those, and then they're gone. The gear is something that's a bit weird. The only other game I can think of that's done something like this is Borderlands with some of their events where it was like a Halloween event and you would have specific gear in that event. So I'm not certain how they're going to balance that out unless it's just legendary and below stuff, which are all kind of just random rolls. There's the Shield Substation 0 is actually something we haven't heard about. This is going to be a new outpost for the Resistance led by Maria Hill. You're already doing missions with and talking to really early on in the campaign, and it's going to be added really shortly after launch. This is a social hub, and I'm not certain if this is a social hub, say something like Destiny, where there can be dozens of people in the social hub walking around, or if it's just you and your party will be the only ones in there with the NPCs. I'm hoping you could see tons of other people walking around. That could be really cool. Shortly after launch, so I'm wondering if this is going to be big patch a couple weeks after launch with the raid and everything, or if this is going to be maybe a week or 2 after launch, something really quick. What starts us and lets us go to this area and pretty much unlocks this new social hub for us is there's going to be an event with this. There's rifts opening up all over the the world of the game, you do special missions with Maria Hill to go close all these rifts and fight enemies around them. This allows you to get special gear. I'm pretty sure that's how they said it, special gear. It's really the only thing we know about the gear would be able to get. Then they went a little bit more over Mega Hives. Now they have talked about Hives and Mega Hives before. Not certain if it's just one thing now or if they're going to be different name. This is a weekly mission type. I'm not certain if that means it's a different mission every week. There'll be a Hive somewhere else this week or somewhere else this week, because they just said it's a weekly mission type, so not exactly certain on that. Or if it's going to be you can do it one time, because it did also sound like you're going to be able to repeat this. Uses your entire hero roster. This is also a more end game mission that seems to be something once you get a lot of your characters leveled up and geared up you would do. But it uses your entire hero roster. You're going through with a specific hero, one of your heroes. Once that hero is completely done, then your next hero comes into play and you play as your next hero. That's the entire gameplay loop, and you try to see how far you can get, and it gets harder the further you progress. It seems kind of like a roguelike, just without the constant upgrading of your power, and it does seem like a pretty cool game mode or mission type because you're using all your different heroes, and all your heroes are going to be whatever level they are when you go in. They're going to have the gear you're using, so it could be a really good way to play a bunch of different play styles and use all your different heroes in one mission. It restarts after all your heroes are defeated. That's what makes me think the weekly mission type is that they have multiple different Mega Hives that are in different areas against different enemies. You do that one that week, and then the next week there's one in a different area. Not 100% certain on the exact specifics with that. Then there's another game type that this is a really end game one that I don't think they've talked about before, but it's a AIM secret lab, and you need a super high power level to even get access to this. The specific mission they showed during the live stream said you need actually 150 power, so you need max power level for it. It's only active once a week. I think this is active 1 or 2 days a week. I think they also mentioned that this would be on the weekend. I'm not certain if that was specifically mentioned with this. It's a really time limited thing. The mission itself is also timed. You have a specific amount of time to get through the actual mission. And what this mission is it's a really end game mission. You need really high power level. You need either a really good geared AI group with you or a group of other players. Now they did mention that you probably want a group of other players with you, so not certain if it's something that's built around being able to do with your AI companions or not. It ends with a boss. That boss is augmented depending on how you do going through the mission. This is just say it takes you longer to go through the mission and you're having a harder time, if the boss is going to be easier, or if you kill things a certain way, if the boss is augmented to try to counter the way you were killing a lot of enemies in it or not. They didn't go into specifics with that either. Some new information on stuff we have in the game right now that's in the end game of the game at launch. The new hero we got shown was Kate Bishop, is actually going to be the first DLC hero to be released. It won't be Clint or Hawkeye. I guess they're both kind of considered Hawkeye. She's going to get new campaign missions when she comes out. Then right after her, it will be Clint's campaign missions, because even in the live stream, they kind of showed their campaign pages right next to each other. So their missions are pretty much tied with each other. So most likely once you get done with all the Kate Bishop campaign missions, that once they release Clint, most likely she will be a big part in all of his campaign missions as well. Pretty much everything they went over in this war table. Definitely got some new information. I would definitely expect we get some information on Black Panther or Wakanda sometime in the near future, because that does seem to be something that they removed from this war table. Subscribe if you want to see more Marvel's Avengers videos. Leave a like if you liked the video. Leave a comment down below what you guys think about all this new information, and thanks for watching.